Lil King, Lucky Lamar.
Yes, sir.
You black screen still. Good, y'all. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the page. Y'all share the video, all that good shit, know what I'm saying? We about to pop up on your screen in like 20 seconds, you know what I'm saying? So go on, roll up, hoe up.
Lucky Lucy ready to tell you, right?
Whatever you do.
Well, we are about to take you on a Thursday night experience and an extravaganza, some might say, on a beautiful Thursday night in South Tejas. Oh, the music stops, which means we are live. I got the shiny knees tonight, you know what I'm saying? I got the shiny knees going tonight. Hey, King, we here on a Thursday night.
Hey, man, it's the Ridin podcast. DJ Lil King, Lucky Lamar.
Yes, sir. Yes,
y'all
sir.
welcome, you know what I'm saying? You tuned into Let's Chop It Up. I don't even know what number this is. We done probably done about 50 of these shit, you know what I'm saying? We got some topics. We're going to just chop it up, but we also got some topics. Hey, we want some viewer interaction today, so y'all make sure you comment, you know what I'm saying? All that good shit, you know what I'm saying? We about to run through some crazy topics here, so y'all chime in with us, you know what I'm saying? Chop it up with us, man. It's the Ridin podcast. DJ Lil King, Lucky Lamar, man.
Bro, the first things first. How was your Easter? I know you got the fresh fade for the license, but I know you had to look fresh on Easter. What was the Easter fit?
Man, on Easter, on the real, we didn't even do nothing for Easter. We just chilled here because my little girl went to an Easter egg hunt on Friday at Krista's Spawn, so we just ended up basically doing that because we don't like my family. We have family here, but my mom's is not here. So like the homestead is in Austin. Yeah. So it would just be between me, my brothers and sisters, like getting together to try to do something. And man, we do something every year at my house. So this year we were like, man, we trying to just chill. We ain't trying to have to clean up and do all that stuff. So we just chilled this year.
Yeah, for sure. Bro, guess what I did?
What'd you do?
I was in the motherfucking parade, bro.
Hold on, that was the next because I forgot that. So hold on, because on Saturday of 420, the day before Easter, we had our 420 event downtown at QBR, and halfway through the performances, man, the motherfucking electricity went out and it shut down our whole motherfucking show, man.
What?
Hell yeah!
Did they tell y'all why the electricity went out? Or it's just like randomly?
We don't really know. We still try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to point no fingers or blame nobody, but the electricity went out, and that was the end of our whole show. So we had 4 performances scheduled. We only did 2. Basically, we did like 1 3/4, and then because School and them didn't get to finish their last song, so we ended up coming over here and
had to get up out of there. Get up out of there.
But speaking of the parade, the parade. What was that last Saturday? Last Saturday. Man, I saw you at the parade. Now yell your name, and you didn't even look.
You know what's crazy? Man. Where were you at?
On Staples and Leopard. I saw you walk right there by the old Stripe store that's abandoned.
Bruh, you know what's crazy? I heard somebody call me, and I don't know if you saw me, because like I
didn't even know what to call you. I think I said Lucky. Lucky.
Bro, I'm passing by because like I'm running because bro, that goddamn fire truck was in my ear the whole walk, bro, and I kept losing my girlfriend because she voluntold me that I was gonna be in the parade.
How? What was you supposed to be doing? Let's start from the beginning. So what were you supposed to be doing? Because when I see you, it looked like you were walking over to go chill with the family, but then I didn't see you again.
So what I was doing, this is how the top of the story for the parade and how I got in. I'm telling you, I can't make this shit up of how it happens in my life. It's such a blessing. It's so weird.
Yeah, I do.
Right? So I'm at Bubba's, I'm working, whatever. I'm halfway paying attention to what's going on. And she walks up to me, she goes, babe, I told the team that you would help with the parade on Saturday. Okay, love you, bye. And I go, okay, I guess I'm helping with the parade on Saturday. So I show up, we meet, we get on the floats or whatever. But I'm supposed to be just passing out coupons to people as we walk, right? That's my job. That is my assignment. Got it. No more, no less, right? So we get there. First of all, it was amazing because I had lived in the Palms on Leopard for like 3 years, and I would go out front and just watch the parade go by.
Already.
So like time flies by, and now I'm actually a part of the parade. That's kind of tight to me. You know what I mean? So we're there, we're passing out coupons, right? We start off cool. We get into the stadium, you know what I mean? And that's where everything.
Did they have a float or what did they have?
Bro, we had a float. We had like a truck, but it was like had like.
Was it wrapped?
Yeah, it was wrapped. It's not like wrapped. But I had like little fuzzy, like little.
So they didn't have a float, they had a truck.
Yeah, we had a truck that had Texas Roadhouse, Bubba's stickers on it. We had an armadillo on top and a costume. And then the rest of us were running around passing out coupons. But dog, so the objective was to pass out coupons and keep up with truck. Now.
Sounds simple.
I'm glad you thought so. Bro. So, okay. And then I don't know if you played any like role-playing video games, like an Assassin's Creed or like Fallout or like somewhere.
I played it back in the day, yeah.
Like something where you got your main mission, you got your side quests, right?
Yeah.
Well, my main missions were pass out coupons and keep up with fire truck, right?
Okay.
But unfortunately, I also had a side quest. And that was keep up with girlfriend. Because, see, me, I'm just helping.
Where was she at? She's walking too or she's on the truck?
Nigga, she was walking too. So it started off as a walk, you know what I mean? Because the parade is kind of like slow moving. You wave at the kids, you know what I'm saying? High five. No, bruh. That's what you see when you watching that mother. Bruh, when I tell you we were full-fledged, oh, truck's gone. Truck's go, bro.
Dude.
She's like a quarter mile behind us sometimes. Like I'm looking back, and the only reason why I can find her is because she has like a ribbon in her hair and it's bouncing up everywhere.
Yeah.
But like I swear I heard somebody call me at that gas station because I turned and I looked and I was like, "Who the fuck called me that?" Right?
Yeah.
And I look and I go, "Oh well." And I took off running. But yeah, man, it was pretty fun though.
Did people recognize you walking the route?
A couple. They're like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like trying to hear because this fire truck keeps blasting my eardrums off, bro.
Yeah. So y'all were like right close by the fire truck or what?
Bro, it was.
Y'all were like in the beginning almost or what? Yeah, y'all were almost in the beginning. Y'all were. Matter of fact, because I did see you when it was still like daylight when I saw you. Hell yeah.
Like we got in and out, bro. Like we were boop boop in and out. But I also think it's just because, like, there wasn't a lot of floats for real.
Yeah, the parade wasn't that big this year, like, bro. I literally only saw probably, like, from a viewer standpoint, I probably only saw, like, 45 minutes of actual parade.
Bro, like, honestly, like, I thought we were going to be there all night. Like, I had enough time to lose the truck, and we were able to catch back up with it. You know what I mean? Like, because it was not that much. Like,
there's big gaps in the parade.
Yeah, like, there was big gaps, you know what I mean? Like, the most exciting part for me was going through Buck Stadium.
Already.
Like that was fun to like pass out the coupons and stuff to like the parents and the kids and stuff up there. Like that was tight. But like just to be a part, like to say, bro, I helped out and did Buck Days. You know what I mean?
Was that your first time doing a Buck parade?
That was my first time being in a parade.
For real?
Like, yeah, bro, that's so tight. I felt like a rock star. Everybody's like,
I've probably done about 5 parades, but I've never done the big Buck parade. I've done the little Buck parade probably about 3-4 times, and then I did parades in Houston and shit like that, but I've never done the big Buck parade.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, when's the carnival? Like,
it started today. Today is what they consider Let's get into this then.
Yeah, so because like I've got to remember, like, so I've never like I know of in like kind of. No, I ain't gonna sit here and say I can tell. Like, if somebody were to ask me, someone who's lived in Corpus, hey, bro, what is Buck Days? Me, it's a parade and a carnival. You know what I mean? Because like no one's ever like. So what is Buck Days itself?
It's like almost like a 2-week festival.
See, I thought it was just like a week or slash weekend.
Like a 2-week festival, because they have like the Buck Days Rodeo. They have like the barbecue cook-offs. You know what I'm saying? They have the big parade. They have the little parade. They have they have the carnival. You know what I'm saying? Like they just dunked the mayor. I saw where they dunked the mayor today in the water and stuff like that. So like,
who won that, by the way? Who's our mayor? I don't know.
Paulette Guayota.
She won again?
What? Yeah, that was like in November. Hell yeah. Alex's girl, shit. But yeah, hell yeah. So what he always goes and does like whenever they have like she does like go skateboarding day. She gave them like a skateboarding day and stuff like that.
Okay,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
what's up. That's what's up.
He really vouches for her because
shout out Alex.
She vouches for like the skateboarders and stuff like real tough and shit like that.
That's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up.
So what would you compare? Is there anything comparable to Buck Days back home?
We just had like not necessarily like we just had the fair come every now and again. That's about it.
But it's not like because whenever I think of fair, I think of something that's like annual.
Yeah,
so,
like we had like an annual carnival fair type shit.
Okay, because whenever otherwise
we don't
it's
have
just like the carnival here.
Yeah,
you know, the carnival here every October they're gonna be.
Yeah,
here.
that's more like what it is. Like it's like every I don't remember like the exact month they would come, but like every whatever like the fair would come to like the Columbus Civic Center.
Oh, really?
Like and then they would have like a rodeo. Like a carnival.
It wasn't called nothing?
No, like we just called like I don't know if it was called like that's what my cousins would call it. Hey, we going to the fair.
Already.
I don't know if it was like the county fair, town fair. I just know they called it the fair.
Already.
You know what I mean?
Okay, get back to this. Tonight is the first night that the carnival actually opens. See, it used to be a lot of it has changed. It used to be the carnival would open. I want to say the carnival would open on Thursday, and then the kiddie parade, which is like the junior buck parade with like the middle schools, and it's the middle schools and the elementaries, the little dance teams and all that. That would be like the first Saturday. So you could have the carnival opens on Thursday, Saturday the kiddie parade, and then they do all the rodeo and all that stuff like during the week and all that. And then that next Saturday is the big buck parade. And then Sunday would usually be like the last day. So it wasn't necessarily 2 weeks. It was it's probably more like 10 days. Buck Days is on more like 10 days, you know what I'm saying?
That's still tight.
But the very first night back in my day, whenever I was a kid, the very first night that the carnival opened, if you went to the carnival back in those days, and y'all chime in and y'all remember, man, they used to call that shit suicide night.
Yeah. But honestly,
you understand like the concept?
Yeah, because like I think that's just like a carnival thing. You know what I mean? Like,
so it's not just some corporate shit?
No, it's not just some corporate shit. That's like I think that's like a general concept for like
the first night
fairs, carnivals, like anywhere where like you have mobile amusement type rides. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
it's a mobile amusement type ride.
You know what I mean? Like if you got a roller coaster that's been in 3 cities in 3 weeks, it's probably not the most secure. You know what I mean? Like let this thing in. Like you wouldn't feel like would you feel comfortable driving your car knowing that you've changed your lug nuts 4 times in 4 weeks?
4 days.
4 days, nigga. Like and not the tire. The tire's good. You know what I mean? You just keep taking on and taking off that lug nut over and over and over again, putting that tire on. The tire's fine. You know what I mean? But that lug nut got a little wear and tear on it. That like the tread on that lug nut, the tread on like that. I don't know what it's called because I'm not a mechanic, but like the thing that the lug nut screws onto, like that's a lot of wear and tear. And like the torque of that freaking cart moving around, like, and I'm a roller coaster guy. I'm the Six Flags. Let's get on all of these motherfuckers before we get up out of here, guy.
Okay, see, I can only do some roller coasters.
See, I can't do every one of them, motherfucker, bro.
I can't do everything. Like go to Six Flags. Six Flags, I can't do the Batman.
Bro, I get on air.
I could do the Superbad. I could do like the Rattler and all that shit. But all that like the Batman where the damn thing's twirling and you still got to go upside down. No, if we going upside down, cool. But I need to be stationary. I can't be in something rocking back and forth. And then this motherfucker still finna go. Nah, that's too much for me, bro. You. And you can do all that.
Yeah, bro. And here's why. Okay, and this is why I got like. Before I became a roller coaster enthusiast and like I would get on any roller coaster, I was terrified of roller coasters.
I used to be terrified of roller coasters too.
But here's what happened. My brother's friend Tab, we're at SeaWorld and it's like
San Antonio?
Yeah, SeaWorld San Antonio is like 09. Oh no, yeah, like it had to be like 08, 09.
Okay.
Right? So we're up there and we're at the Great White roller coaster. Like, you know what I mean? You remember that one? The Great White
Shark.
The Great White Shark at SeaWorld, right? Yep. He look. I'm like, bro, I'm not getting on. Like we walking up to him and like, now mind you,
that shit look high as hell too from a distance.
Yeah, it is. And mind you, they're all military guys.
Okay.
So they like, bro, let's get on in, mama, right? And I'm like, we sure about this? Like, and he said the greatest and coldest line, and it got me over my fear roller coaster. He looked at me square in the eyes, King. He goes, "What you scared of? It's just 30 bloody seconds. You'll be all right."
30 seconds, hell no.
Look, and I go, fuck it, let's do it. I got, and that's how, and now I'm like, I'd say, like now I'm the guy on the roller coaster, and like I like to make people uncomfortable on roller coasters. So if you don't like roller coasters and it's your first roller coaster, you probably don't want to ride a roller coaster with me. Because like my favorite thing to do, and I have been told by the Fiesta Texas staff to stop doing this multiple times. I get it, like when they strap us in, right? Like say we're in the seat. I'll look at them. I like start looking at people like this. Like, I just start screaming like I'm scared. I'm like, "Sir, stop it!" I'm like, "Are you right?"
Oh man.
But yeah, man. I love roller coasters, dog. Like I'll ride any roller coaster at least once.
What about Scream? Can you do Scream?
Is that like the drop thing?
Yeah, the one that goes all the way up and then. Yeah, can you do Scream?
About 8 years ago, I could. No, if we're being honest, about 8 years ago I could, but now I'm like, that's a lot of.
Yeah, that's a lot of substance. Let's say some of that shit too much, babe.
That one's the one because like I love roller coasters, but I'm terrified of heights.
I'm terrified of heights too.
You know what I mean? Like,
or I'm not terrified of heights. I'm terrified of depths. That's what they call it.
Okay.
I'm not terrified of being high. I'm terrified of being high and looking like.
Okay, see, I felt that because like
I can go high.
I can go high, but it's like
once I know that it's
somewhere down, like same because like it's like I feel like so example like we went to my buddy's like condo apartment whatever downtown and he lives like up top right and we park on the parking garage and I'm like bro I could not do this like I could not do like a high ride like I'm so glad I don't live like in New York or some shit because I could not do that shit, bro.
You fixed right quick.
You know what I mean?
Give me a second. Let me try to get it fixed right quick.
But, dog, to be honest though, like, I couldn't do heights. Like, I can't do heights. I can't do like big masses of water. Like, I can't fly to Hawaii because that's too much water for me to fly over. I mean, I made it to Puerto Rico, but like, I could never do Hawaii because like once you leave the coast of California, that's too much water to fly over, bro.
So you don't think you can fly over a whole bunch of water?
Well, I know I can't.
Damn.
Again, the reason why I know I can understand somebody like, bro, just try it. Like, but we flew to Puerto Rico. Like, the only thing that got me through that flight was the fact that I go, bro, if anything goes wrong, we can turn to Cuba, we can turn to Jamaica, the Bahamas. We can go somewhere to land this motherfucking plane until we get gas or whatever. Bro, once you leave the coast of California, there's nothing out there except for water, squids, SpongeBob's house,
sharks,
Guam, somewhere, empty tested artillery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever went on a cruise ship?
I can't do large masses of water.
Okay,
bro.
At all.
And my mom, and I'm gonna blame my mom because
so
like
you don't even go. You can't go fishing. You can't go fishing in a boat. You don't think?
I can do that.
Okay,
I can do that.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted now.
Already.
I go like somebody say, "Hey, bro, we going off here on the boat to go fishing." Bet how far we going?
Already.
Like we're going from here about 3 miles. Bet. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking like 100 yards, nigga.
Like,
don't take me past 150
you know
yards
what I mean?
off
Like,
this motherfucker.
Like I can do that, but like when motherfuckers like, bro, we gon' sail from here to Tijuana, Mexico, and we got to go through the Panama Canal. Nope. I seen Gilligan's Island. I'm good.
Man.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Speaking of I'm good, your boy is not so good, and that's one topic I wanted to talk about. So before I give you the topics, I got a question. Have you realized like we live in a world where people with podcasts like they like especially like rock stars or superstar athletes, they live in a world where like they have this holier than thou mindset on their podcasts.
What do you mean?
Like let's say Bill Belichick, for example.
He has a podcast?
No, Bill Belichick doesn't have a podcast. The reason why I say Bill Belichick, when it came out, Bill Belichick was dating a however old year old woman. Everybody gave this nigga backlash.
Yeah.
Especially one of the main niggas we're about to go into right now. This nigga Shannon Sharpe.
Oh, shit.
Right? And for me, it's not even like a bashing of him. Like, whether consensual, non-consensual, my thing is, it's your third thing, right? It's your third thing, right? The first one was the Michelle thing. However sure was that you brought embarrassment to your network, to YouTube, like to your business bottom line. You know what I mean?
To your character.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one. Two, whether you had anything to do with it or not, the FS1 lawsuit.
With the Joy Taylor?
Remember the fallout of that? Like how you had Joy, the assistant or whatever, and then you had like Skip wanted to hit it, and then she said, well, you're letting Shannon hit it, like you should let me hit it, yada yada.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, already.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So that was two, right? And then this is three. Right? So for me, it's not even like a matter of bash or like you're guilty, this and that. It's more of like bro, this is like your third weird thing. And you are the main, like, if an athlete gets a speeding ticket, you ain't seen Henry Ruggs, you ain't seen Rashad Rice.
Okay, because
you know what I mean?
I don't watch. I've maybe seen a couple episodes of the Nightcap, and I don't even know what other. I've seen some of the Shay interviews, but I don't really watch too much of the Nightcap. So is that what Nightcap is almost based on? Like him criticizing other people, talking shit to, you know what I'm saying? And they just being straight up blunt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Nightcap is like their let's chop it up. Like they every night they gonna have their topics or whatever, but like at the end of the day, they gonna go off the rails, niggas gonna have a genuine conversation.
But at the same time, they're gonna have their topics, but it's not gonna be ESPN based. Yeah. They're gonna be on some hood. They're gonna give hood. Like, they're gonna give that real black man aspect that you want, that they can't give on ESPN.
His main sponsor is Rose Sparks, bro. Like after that, Michelle, his main sponsor became Rose Sparks.
What's that?
It's
a liquor company.
Hold on, what did my bro say? He said my bro said it's a GSDH pill.
What the hell?
He said it's a gas station ding ding hard pill.
God damn.
That's what Rose Sparks is, bro. It's like the new Viagra.
God damn. So yeah, about this whole situation, you talking about the thing with the OnlyFans model?
Yeah, bro. Like, hey, you got sucker trapped in a sucker trap. You know what I mean? Like,
didn't he offer like a $10 million settlement? That's what makes it look bad,
bruh.
I feel like that's what makes it look
bad.
I
don't know if y'all. I'm gonna still build. George Bush's phrase. We got this old saying in Alabama. I know it's in Alabama. It might be in Texas. A hit dog will holler.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So when she said, "Hey, if you don't give me this, I'm going public with this," and you said, "Hey, not to do that, I'll give you this."
I seen a lot of one of the main attorneys on one of these law and crime channels on YouTube. He was saying she should have just took that $10 million because at the end of the day, she probably ain't gonna see shit. He's saying it'll literally probably take her 3 to 5 years just to even see something. Because even if she does win, he's just gonna appeal. And basically, that lawyer was saying he don't think that she has the financial backing
to fight a big case
like he does. He could just keep on prolonging it until she runs out of money to no longer fight the case. So he was saying she should have just took that $10 million off the top.
Yep. And
what is this doing to his brand though? What do you feel? Do you think he loses viewers and shit like that, or like he stepped down from ESPN, right?
Yeah, they said his statement was he'll be stepping down from ESPN until after week one of the NFL season or whatever.
So that's when he's coming back.
That's when he's quote unquote coming back. But it depends on is it a suspension with the term? Is it an indefinite suspension or is it a layoff? You know what I mean? That's it just depends on how they worded it. If you ask me.
I feel like it don't really matter with that ESPN shit because I feel like that ESPN shit, that's more like just like his side hustle.
Yeah.
I feel like he making more money off them Club Shay Shays and that Nightcap.
That Club Shay Shay Nightcap, Shay Shay Laportier, his clothing brand.
And not even with just like the YouTube checks. He's probably making more money just off of the sponsorships than he is off of the checks that he's getting from YouTube.
He just like I saw a video that he lost his volume, like his logos. He lost I think it was Bet US or whatever his betting sponsorship was.
He lost it?
Yeah, he has to cover that. or Ocho had his covered, so I think they lost that one. I think they lost their volume agreement. He's been removed from ESPN. It's just a lot. Like, so he is facing backlash for it. But it's just like, bro.
I seen a post that basically said like Shannon Sharpe should be literally somewhere sitting up, going to work, coming home, taking care of his grandkids. Instead, he's over here wrapped up in shit that 20-year-old man be caught up in.
Bro, and the weird part is bro, like, I'm 32, right? And I don't understand why, like, people want to deal with, like, OnlyFans models and, like that lifestyle. Like, I feel like personally it's a lot to deal with. Like let's say you successfully dated an OnlyFans model.
Well, see,
right?
That's the thing too, because I also feel like whenever you get, and I can't really speak for it, I'm just speaking on the outside looking in from what I feel like whenever you're on levels of like a Shannon Sharpe and you're making super millions of dollars, then you want to fucking mingle with other, you know what I'm saying? Which to me is like,
bruh, some of these cougars out here be looking bad, bruh. Nah, bruh. Say, Jalen Green. Look at Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just playing. But for real, to like, and again, like, if it wasn't for like him, like, there's multiple interviews even with his Club Shay Shay thing to where like he'll be telling like older guys like, bro, why you go for her and not the mama?
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Like he's on his interviews, like people like, I forgot who it was. He was like, yeah, man, I'm like 20,
just being
20
raw,
to 25, right?
Yeah.
And he was like he was just telling Shannon, right? And then Shannon goes, why would you go for her if she's 20? Why didn't you go for the mama? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, like, and then like he says it's like the same thing for Bill Belichick, and it's like, bro, like, you can't say, hey, talk to the mama, and you out here talking to the sister.
Did you hear about the Bill Belichick's girlfriend keep butting into his interview he was doing on CBS?
No.
He was doing an interview on CBS. I think I can't remember exactly who it is, and I don't just want to say and be wrong, but
wait, scroll up. What's that comment say?
One thing about athletes now is they want to be celebrities and not athletes.
Bruh, that's a fact, and that is a fact.
But I think celebrity comes with being the star athlete. Like, you can't.
But it used to be.
Look at Ant-Man. Ant-Man basically says it out of his mouth. Like, I don't want to be the face of the NBA. And even though he's clearly saying it out of his mouth, you got Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith and all them on Inside the NBA and all these shows basically saying Ant-Man is the new face of the NBA. You got fucking hundreds of YouTube videos saying it's Ant-Man the new face of the NBA. And then he just knocks out fucking LeBron last night. Niggas is damn near looking at that shit like he done knock Jordan out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact.
So I feel like celebrityism comes with the territory, and you just gotta know how to navigate through that shit. Like, yeah. I'm watching a video of Ant-Man. He literally, after he beat them, he's walking, I think he was walking to the hotel or something. He dabbing up all the fans. He chopping it up. One man trying to get an interview from a podcast, and he like, I ain't got time right now, but shout out to you, man. I fuck with you. Fuck with what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like real down-to-earth person. So even though he's a celebrity, he's still like a down-to-earth person.
Bro, and you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of he from, right? He from the same place Brandon from. He from the same place he from that same neck of the woods, bro. Like, and like that's how every one of the athletes over there acts. Like face of the league, yeah, cool, whatever. But like how he talks, bro. Like that's gonna be him regardless, bro.
Yeah. And then goes back to that video. Remember that video a year or two ago with Michael Jordan? Them kids was waiting in the parking garage, and they tried to get him to sign their jerseys. Michael Jordan said, "Dog, get up out of here." You remember that?
I remember that one.
I think we did it on the sports. Like whenever we first started the sports, there was a video of Michael Jordan. Fucking, there was some kids. They was waiting in the parking garage in Charlotte, and they was waiting for Michael Jordan to pull up. He pulls up, and they fucking he hops out the car. They're like, "Oh shit, that's Michael Jordan." They was thinking it was somebody else. They was thinking it was LaMelo Ball. So whenever the dude hops out the car, they were like, "Oh shit, that's Michael Jordan." They're like, Mike, can you sign our shoes? Can you sign our jerseys? And Mike like, "Nah, what y'all doing back here? Get out of here."
Wait, I think I do remember that one because once you said they were looking for LaMelo Ball,
it was super viral. Yeah, it was super viral. Yeah.
But that's wild. How do you think? Because another thing that like it's just like the dude just moves weird. Speaking of Shannon, it's like so he's
an old clumsy nigga, bro. He an old clumsy nigga with money.
I think
he's like that old white man that go. And I'm gonna put it in corporate terms. He's that old white man that goes to the bar. That old white man that's rich as fuck.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That goes to the bar trying to find him a little something, and then he ends up finding something, and he ends up fucking getting fucked or put into a fucked up situation.
Mm-hmm. Bruh. So there was this one, like, I don't know if you heard about this one, but like his media company, Shay Media, they signed Ocho's ex, her podcast to his company, right?
What?
Yeah. So like,
did Ocho approve of it?
He didn't even run it by Ocho. Ocho didn't find out until the world found out, Craig.
Oh, we got to fight.
Like, that happened, bro.
You ain't my friend, bro. That's like, some bullshit.
And the way he explained, he was like, he goes, "Oh, my Ocho, you wanted to know about that, Ocho?" And like trying to play it up, but I'm like, bro, that's kind of foul.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if we doing the nightcap, you got to run like, yeah, you could have got anybody to the nightcap with you, but like, yeah, like your main like platform is us, nigga.
Yeah, but to me that's just weird activity.
Yeah, it's very weird activity.
You break up with your girl and you're the podcast still it did 2-3 months after you and your girl. I don't even know how long they've been broke up for. I'm assuming years. But
bro, it was like 2-3 days later
after they broke up.
Yes.
And then I tell her, hey, you want to do your Ride High podcast, a show on the podcast? Like that's like Shannon messy, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like,
bro, he a messy ass nigga, bro. He an old messy nigga, bro. Straight up. And that's why he getting caught up into all this bullshit and everybody calling him Unk, man. The Unks I knew was on some some Unks in Texas was on player shit. Bruh. Whenever I was a youngster, the Unks and y'all that's tuned in skits. Whenever I was young, the Unks in Texas, they was on some player shit. They wasn't on some bullshit. Don't get me wrong. Every now and then, Unk may have got caught cheating on his wife. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. But even at then, Unk was player. Unk didn't go through no scandals.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, it's like. Again, it goes back to what I was saying, and it goes back to what he was saying earlier, like, all the athletes want to be celebrity, but I think it's more of like this, like, all the athletes want to be, not just celebrities, but, like, most of them want to be Stephen A. You know what I mean? Like,
because it's a double-edged sword, though, because I'm thinking about it like this. You said they want to be celebrities, but you can also think about it like this, too. Is it like, you're only as big as your brand.
That's what.
So if I'm not, maybe what you call trying to be a celebrity is what I call branding myself. Because back in the day, people used to always call me, man, you Hollywood, man, you act Hollywood, man, you act Hollywood. And I'm just like, why would I just carry myself like the same way that you regular niggas carry yourself and you ain't seen no results in 5-10 years? Like that just don't make no sense to me. Like some got to change. Like you can't keep doing the same shit over and over and expect the same results. That's called psychotic
insanity. But yeah, like so we agree on that. Like I think we see it the same way because like whether it be like everybody has like their t-shirt line coming in. Their beanie, their hat, their shoe, like everybody's trying to get shoes going now.
And nobody gonna fucking promote your shit better than you can. Shit.
Yep.
Even if you pay niggas to do a shit.
Mm-hmm. But like also like when I say like I think people like they want to be Stephen A. Like they want to have the ability, yes, to perform, but also report and control narrative. You know what I mean? Like be able to say like I'm Draymond, for example. Hey, Draymond, why did you have a bad game? Well, Draymond, I'll tell you exactly why I had a bad game. You know what I mean? Like, the ability...
But are you talking about like on a podcast or just like a post-game interview?
Podcast. Like, the ability to just sit in front of a camera, explain in detail why certain things happen. Yeah, absolutely, go for it. I'm not hating on that, but it's more of like, we're getting to a point to where everybody wants to do everything and nobody's sticking in lanes anymore.
Yeah, but also too, it goes back to what I was said on the podcast a couple of weeks ago too about I don't mind the players doing the podcast, but give us the raw.
Yeah.
Don't just give us
Facts.
what you want to give us. Give us the raw. We saw Draymond just get into it with that dude on the court the other day. Damn near was about to fight. What, he got a tech and he got a flagrant foul that same game. Talk about that. Don't just talk about the 2 threes you hit at the beginning of the game, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever somebody asked the question about. So what was with the brush up between you and such and such and such? Oh, man, it wasn't really nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't say that because we watch it on TV and we saw that obviously it was something. Yeah, it might not be nothing now, but at the moment it was something.
Facts.
So go on, speak on it. Don't just get all that shit and just act
I definitely agree with that.
It's like you saw that stuff at the basketball game and you came and you spoke on it even though it happened. Like you didn't just, oh yeah, I ref the game, everything went all good. Da, da, da. No, you came on here, you spoke on the good and the bad.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And if you go give us a podcast, give us the good and the bad. Like I don't like watching podcasts. It's like, to me that's robot. I call that robot shit. Like everything is just like perfect. Like nah, man, it's got to be some everything just ain't perfect in life. So
niggas be like this. Yeah, I want 1 for 50 from the floor, but you know what I'm saying? That one I step back. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, on the next game, you know what I mean? I felt that like, but bruh. Did you hear the news about switching topics? Did you hear about a head coach from Texas visits Billy White? I thought I typed his name down. What's the new head coach in Texas?
Sean Miller.
Yeah, Sean Miller. He came to visit Billy White.
I saw that. He got a visit from Sean Miller from Texas. He got a visit from the coach at Oklahoma State, and I can't think he got a visit from. Let me see if I can put it up real quick.
That's tight though, bro. Like that is tight.
It was another head coach from a big school too. Let me see. I gotta pull it up, y'all.
Now, what position do you think he plays next level? Because clearly we're going like. So, what position does he play? Like, what do you think they're recruiting him as?
Probably small forward.
Small forward.
Yeah. I can't find the other schools, but I could just find the one with the Texas. But I definitely know it was another coach. Oh, I want to say the Kentucky coach. If I'm not mistaken, the Kentucky coach was here too to see him too. So. Yeah, but definitely, like, I feel like as a UT fan, we could definitely use his 3-point shooting. I just know with this portal, man, you got to be a raw-ass freshman to be able to step on the court in these times.
Facts.
Like, otherwise, like.
I think you got to be raw just to get recruited in these times, bro.
Well, I think you could get recruited, but. Because there's always going to be scholarships. But, like, you're right, too, because I seen where I remember a couple of years ago, Texas Southern, the coach of Texas Southern, he didn't recruit no high school players. He
Bro, you know who else said that? Where's he at? Not at Arkansas. Rick Pitino. Where's he at?
No, he's at St. John's.
Bro, he said the same thing. He goes, I'm not recruiting a high school kid. He goes, why am I going to recruit a high school kid? And like, this is like a sentiment for a lot of coaches. This is like the sentiment overall. It's like, why am I going to recruit a high school kid who, I have to teach a college schedule, like teach him like how to play college basketball, when this kid who's in the transfer portal, who's only going to be here for a year anyway, more than likely, or he said that was his point. He goes, in basketball, why am I going to recruit a high school kid so heavy when 9 times out of 10, if they're that good, they're only going to be here for a year, right? When like the kids that get here in the transfer portal, they've already spent a semester playing college basketball, and they're still going to be here the same amount of time. You know what I mean? So they have to develop me. Like I have to develop these kids less. You know what I mean? And we can like solely get into just college basketball, opposed to get all the high school basketball out of them. Since they're like, unless you're like a Kyrie, you know what I mean? You're like,
unless you just coming in as a 5-star, like top 10 in the country. There's no way they're gonna put you on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But otherwise, they shit.
You riding that goddamn bench, bro. If you ain't cold like that.
But damn, shout out to Billy White though. Definitely got Sean Miller shit in Kentucky and goddamn Oklahoma State coaches coming to Corpus. I can't remember the last time. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember the last time a player from Corpus had like top level college basketball coaches coming here to watch
like
them.
Any sport, like for like it's like for real like.
Well, I know that dude from the Bluff he just went to Virginia Tech. You know what I'm saying? So
Virginia Tech, yes,
that's a top that's a top level football for damn show.
But like I'm talking like we do linemen. I'm talking like I want to see a quarterback get recruited like bro, you're good enough to play quarterback at UT.
I just don't think we have the size here.
We don't, but I want to see it.
There was a quarterback that came out of King High School that went to UT and actually played, but that was like in the 70s and shit. Though I forgot his name, but he came out of King High School and he went to UT. He was a starting quarterback at UT. I forgot his name, but hell yeah, man. Speaking of the transfer portal, Quinn Ewers went 7th.
I heard about that pay cut.
Of the draft.
I heard about that pay cut.
So it's almost like damned if you do, damned if you don't, because people are on one hand you got Nico and everyone's clowning Nico, but then you got Quinn and everyone's clowning him, basically saying he should have transferred to another school.
Bro, this is it goes back to what we just said, the same principal concept, bro. Like at this point, you've reached a point now to where if I'm a top tier collegiate athlete making top tier NIL money, and I have 2-3 years of eligibility left,
yeah,
you know what I mean. And I'm not saying if I'm making like 100,000, like 200,000, that's good money. But if I'm like certified, like to go 5th round, 6th round, 7th round,
yeah,
and I'm making like 100,000 or whatever, I'm probably gonna come back and try to increase my draft stock. You know what I mean? If I'm Quinn, solely looking at who's in this draft class coming out, I know like if I'm not certified going 1st round, right? Because you're in a draft class with a Cam Ward, Sheduer Sanders, a Jackson Dart. We're gonna get into Sheduer in a second. Jackson Dart. Right,
Tyler Slow and all that.
Tyler Slow, right? I don't even know who that is, but Dylan Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm in a draft class with quarterbacks that I know teams for sure think are better than me, I'm coming back to college.
I think Texas didn't want him back, and they would have took him back, but I think they were more trying to push him out the door.
Bro, I'm Quinn Ewers. I can go anywhere.
I think that's what I was gonna say next. His loyalty lied with Texas. He wanted to leave school as a Longhorn. He didn't want to be one of these because he had already transferred from. You got to remember, he already transferred from Ohio State,
right?
He probably didn't want to be a 3-school transfer, and I just felt like his loyalty lay with the Longhorns. And shit, you can't really blame him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
as a Longhorn, like,
all, bro.
Look at it as like if this Auburn kid, he could have probably went to the draft last year. He stayed. And
I'd be mad as hell if Cam Newton would transfer somewhere else after leading us to a natty. What you play?
Or even at least the playoffs.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? Even
if
at least
Nick
the playoffs.
Marshall would transfer after leading us, lose, man, no.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, bro. But like at the same time, like, I feel like he's one of those kids that maybe comes from money.
That too, but I feel like Longhorns. Longhorns players don't really seek the money.
Yeah, I felt that.
You don't really see Longhorn players entering the transfer portal unless like they're not getting playing time. Yeah. I can't remember the last big name Longhorn that I remember that put up hella numbers but then entered the transfer portal. Since the transfer portal is open, I can't think of one Longhorn. Only Longhorn I could think of probably hitting the portal was Malik Murphy, and that was clear that he's behind Quinn and Arch. And Arch, you know what I'm saying? And we saluted him. Like, we still root for Malik Murphy to this day type shit. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing that I noticed is a lot of players are from Texas.
Yeah.
Don't initially get recruited to Texas, transfer to Texas when they get the first opportunity.
Yeah. Matthew Golden.
Y'all safety. We just drafted him.
Makumba?
Yeah, Makumba.
No, he was recruited. He was recruited by Texas, but that was whenever we had Tom Herman.
Yeah, but still though, like nobody
wanted to play for Tom Herman.
He didn't either.
Nobody wanted to play for Tom Herman.
But the first chance he got, what did he do? He came back home. You know what I mean? Like, and the Texas Longhorns, they're like the Dallas Cowboys as far as fan base. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for damn sure.
Good, bad. The fans are gonna cheer. They're gonna talk their shit, but like, it's deep rooted in family. You know what I mean? The same thing with Texas A&M. If Texas A&M were like, when Texas A&M is decent, you can't tell to A&M fans nothing. You know what I mean?
Feel like
but it's different for Texas.
Yeah, because we have the actual culture. We have the actual championships. You know what I'm saying?
Being an A&M fan is a level below being an Auburn fan.
A&M doesn't have that. Like, A&M, what they got, like 9 5-star recruits, like 3-4 years ago, and maybe only
Jimbo Fisher class. That class, they got him fired.
Out of like all 9 of those 5 stars, I want to say only like 2 were left. So it's like that just doesn't happen. Oh, DeJounte Cook, that was another situation, but it was just clear he wasn't helping us on the field. DeJounte Cook, the one that was Longhorn #1, he ended up leaving the program. Like he came in as a 5-star, wasn't getting the playing time. 4-star recruits were getting playing time over him, and he ended up just leaving the fucking program. But I just don't. I was thinking about this the other day too. Like Longhorns just don't. They enter the portal, but it's more so just the ones that don't get the playing time. Like, I don't think Sarkisian recruits those type of players that are chasing the bag.
Yep. I agree with
that. Look
at
Arch. Every day, whenever Quinn announced he was coming back for his junior year, every day there was a different post saying, Arch is transferring to this school. Arch is transferring to this school. Arch is transferring to this school. Man, I'm going to just be straight up as a Longhorn fan. I never worried about Arch transferring.
Bro, me neither.
It never crossed my mind that Arch was ever going to transfer ever. Like, I knew the plan that was in set for him. Like,
just like I know the plan that is set for him is to go to New Orleans. Like, you can't. Bro, you can't.
But that's the thing, too. I don't.
Bro,
everybody's
he's going to New Orleans.
But Arch, I don't think Arch isn't coming out after this year, though. Everyone's expecting him to be the #1 pick for the 2026 draft. Bro, I don't think Arch is coming out to 2027. He wants to get 2 solid years starting under his belt.
I think it. Okay, this is what I think. It depends on one of two things. A, if the Saints have the #1 pick in the NFL draft, this upcoming draft, Arch Manning is coming out, and we will know this by
if his season is 25 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. You still think he's like, nah.
I don't think he's.
I think people put too much stock into the name, bro, because I've seen Arch play, and from this past year, Quinn impressed more than what Arch did.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you're wrong. Right? This is my only reason for saying it, bro. Like, we've seen 2 Mannings get drafted already, right?
Yeah.
We've seen 2 Mannings go where they wanted and were supposed to go, right? You think that Arch Manning, let's just say for happenstance, that the Jacksonville Jaguars end up with the #1 overall pick either this year or next year, he's coming out. No. Right now. Okay, same situation.
I don't think he's coming out regardless, bro.
I think if the
money that he's gonna do 2 seasons starting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he just starts 1 season and just takes off. Like, he has to get a good 20 games under his belt. Yeah. I feel like.
Now I can see that, but like I just strongly believe, like, let's say.
So you're saying if the Saints have the #1 pick, he leaves regardless of the season that he has.
If he goes 25 and 13, we need to come back another year.
That's what I'm saying.
But if he goes a solid like 30 and 10, he's coming out. You know what I mean? And you see how like that's just
I would say it has to be like 30 and 3.
30 and 8.
Come back, bro. You ain't ready.
Hold on, let's see.
You're a Manning. 8 interceptions is too much.
Cam Ward, 2024 stats. Let's see what Cam's numbers were last year.
Let's see.
They gave me his contract.
2024 college football passing stats. Cam Ward, 39 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
God damn.
That's what I'm saying.
What was let's see, give me Jackson Dart.
29 and 6. Sheduer, 37 and 10.
Bro, you mean to tell me somebody who was 37 and 10 went in the goddamn 5th round? How many passing yards?
That's a travesty, bro.
How many passing yards? Like 37?
For who?
Sheduer, 37, right?
No, 41.
4,100 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, and how many? 10 picks? Mm-hmm. And that went in the 5th round. What?
Yep.
Like, did he have like a cocaine addiction? Did he like to party? Like, what's wrong with him?
Damn, Quinn threw 31 and 12.
Quinn went 31 and 12?
Yep, and went in the 7th round. So who was the second quarterback taken?
The second quarterback was Jackson Dart. So in this order, it went Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Tyler Slow.
He's not even okay. Yeah, he is on the list. 23-6.
Who? Tyler Slow?
Bruh.
But you trying to tell me? Okay.
Man, Sunshine for Miller could have did that.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Shit.
What'd you say? 21-7?
23. 23-6.
23-6. So you mean to tell me he went 23-6 in second round, but a quarterback has
and he's 25 years old.
And he's 25. So you mean to tell me there's a 22-year-old who for the last 4 years has been at the top of college football as far as like yards, touchdowns
to interception ratio,
touchdown to interception ratio at mid programs, never got in trouble. All he has is a bunch of self-confidence and self-belief. And he played in a bowl game where everybody deemed it was meaningless when your number 1 overall pick said, I'm gonna play half just to get the record and then sit out.
Oh yeah.
But okay. So what's your feeling on that, King? Like, how do you feel about the whole Sheduer Sanders situation? Like, because he should not go in the 5th round. Like, okay, 3rd round, all right, you're making a point. 4th round, disrespect. 5th round, beyond, just let me go undrafted so I can go somewhere I want to go. And this is what I think honestly happened. I know my team so well. If you notice, what did the after Sheduer goes, right? What did we draft the next round? The Eagles drafted a quarterback the next round, right? The Eagles always late in the draft a developmental quarterback to put on the roster to develop and trade for later.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't sit here and tell me that the Philadelphia Eagles were not going to draft Sheduer Sanders in the 5th round. That's why Cleveland traded up in front of us, because the narrative in Cleveland is, when does Sheduer play? You know what I mean? The narrative in Philly is, oh, that nigga's behind Jalen Hurts. He's just going to develop, learn, right? But you put him in Cleveland after they passed on him 4 other times. Now it's, when does he play? Is Dion going to be mad? Hey, Sheduer, how do you feel about going into the quarterback competition? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's more of the NFL trying to humble him. Which is unnecessary.
I don't even think it was nothing to do with the picks. Like, all the shit that you broke down, I think what it came down to is called a modern day buck breaking.
I agree with that too.
To me, it was like, and I'm gonna just say it as simple as I said it in the group chat, and I'm gonna say it again as simple as terms as I could say it. It's a good old boys league, and they didn't want that nigga shit around.
Yeah. Yep. That was my other point too. Like,
straight up, it's a good old boys league, and they didn't want that nigga shit around. And what Sheduer and them doing with the YouTube carrying the cameras around, even though it's that shit, that's like white people do it. White people, way more white content creators than there is black. Like, to them, it's, since they're doing it, it's nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? That's nigga shit to them. If it was a white boy doing it, it's,
bro.
Yeah. But since he's doing that, that's nigga shit to them.
And that's because, like, Doug, like, when I look at it, like, there's Johnny Manziel, bro. It is known for a fact that Johnny Manziel in college had a drinking problem, a cocaine addiction, stayed out all night, didn't study the playbook, showed up on game day, still slithered, and still got drafted in the 1st round.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
They wanted to send a message, bro, to Dion and the family, bro. Like, they want, like, y'all think that y'all run shit. Well, we're gonna, at the end of the day, we're gonna show y'all who runs this shit, because all 32 owners are fucking, at the end of the day, they're all old white men. Yep. And then want to say maybe one of them is the Khan dude. He may be like a Indian or something like that. But other than that, like, I don't want to say it was a conspiracy, but it almost like seems like a conspiracy. Once he didn't get picked in like the first two rounds, it was almost like the first two and a half, 3 rounds.
Again, that's why I said earlier. Like, the 1st round, all right, cool. I got you. I'll play nice. 2nd round, okay, y'all really mean business. 3rd round, damn, okay. I'll hey, bro. Yeah. Hey, no camera on campus, right? 4th round, these niggas really don't fuck with me, right? Yeah. 5th round, it just feels like, okay, it's a pity pick. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I feel about it.
And it's always Cleveland that be making them goddamn picks.
It's always Cleveland, bro. Like, and
they drafted Manziel, right?
They drafted Johnny.
They
drafted Johnny. If you can think of a quarterback, they've drafted him.
Hell yeah, or he played for them.
He played for them, or they drafted him. If you could think of a quarterback that had a effed up situation about their career, he probably played for Cleveland. Let's go through the names. Name a name. Just name a name. I can tell you if he played for the Browns or not.
Let me try to pull up real quick.
Let's see. You got Jameis Winston, Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, Tim Couch. Who
Derek Anderson, Kelly Holcomb, Brady Quinn. Did Brady Quinn get drafted by the Browns?
Yep.
I think so. Yep.
He did.
Brandon Whedon.
Yep.
He got drafted by them.
Yep. He was the oldest quarterback drafted in the 1st round.
Who did Baker get drafted by?
The Browns, 1st overall pick.
God damn. Todd Detmer back in the day. Let's see.
You can't tell me the Browns have ever had a good quarterback. I won't believe you.
That they never had one?
The Browns have never had a good quarterback. And if the quarterback was good, it was before or after they got there.
Yeah.
Before they got there and after they left. You can't sit here and tell me that the Browns have had hey, bro, that boy was killing it for the Browns, bro. Nobody.
I'm trying to look. I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
Like, think about it.
Jake Delhomme did good, but he did way better in
Carolina.
Yeah, like a motherfucker.
Nobody remember Jake Delhomme playing for the goddamn Cleveland Browns.
Well, I guess when I see the name, I'm thinking like thinking of the shit that he did in Carolina.
And nobody,
I do remember him in a Cleveland uniform.
Like, think about it. Even right now, Joe Flacco played for the Browns. Now, when you think about now, I want you to think quarterbacks, right? And I'm just gonna say random teams, and I bet you can name a quarterback. Ready? You ready? Watch this. The Raiders.
Ken Stabler.
See, look at that. The greatest Raiders quarterback of all time, right? Good job. Good pull. Okay, watch this. I'm going to make it a little tougher. Let's go the Detroit Lions.
Rodney Peete.
See, look at that, how easy that was. Look at that. Greatness, right? Atlanta Falcons. Easy. Layup.
Michael Vick.
There you go. Layup, right?
Matt Shaw.
Why did layup, y'all? Why did one more? Chris Chandler? Yeah, layup. Now watch this. Cleveland Browns. Name a good quarterback with the Browns. Dude.
Bernie Kosar. Did he play for the Browns?
I'm going to say sure. I don't even know who that is, but I'm going to say sure. But, and think about it. Like, they've had Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, Deshaun Watson, Jake Delhomme. I throw him in there for you. Joe Flacco, famous Jameis.
Yeah, Tyrod
Taylor, Deshaun Kaiser, RG3.
Cody Kessler, Josh McNown, Johnny Manziel, Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer.
Because
he gonna hold you. He gonna hold you
every time.
Every time.
Bro, I don't know how he kept so many jobs.
He came.
Bro,
we came with that when he was in Houston, man.
Bro.
We came up with that name. Like, his name ain't Brian Hoyer no more. Brian Hoyer. Because he gonna hold you.
How do people like him keep a job in the league, Doug? Like, like they are so bad. Like him, the McCowns, who else, nigga? Like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, how do people like that keep a job? Ryan Fitzpatrick.
We came up with all them days when they was in Houston. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Goddamn.
Who else? Who else would keep a job? Let's see. Oh, Vinny Testaverde, nigga. That nigga was boo-boo my whole life, bruh.
He was decent with the Cowboys. He had a good little run with the Cowboys, I remember.
He was boo-boo my whole life. I don't know what y'all saw about that nigga.
Man, but then it goes back to like what like the draft shit, and they kept on saying the same thing about Sheduer, bro. And I'm so stuck on this, bro. Like, when dudes' careers be ending earlier, they don't pan out in the NBA or the NFL, like.
It's all management. It all depends on where you go and how much they want. How much they want.
It's all about
opportunity.
Like,
where you go, and does the franchise really believe in you?
Draft Kwame Brown #1 overall and call him a bust, but then never give him an opportunity. Like,
bro, you can't. And then it also goes like with Kwame, right? You have Kwame Brown, and you pair him with Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
You can't have something you need to develop paired with something that's ready to win now.
Exactly.
That's fundamentally flawed.
Or someone that was damn near past winning now, but still trying to win now.
Imagine,
come on, man.
Imagine Kwame Brown with LeBron James right now. We see it with Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it don't matter what. Like, that kid was not prepared to carry a 40-year-old Michael, bro.
Hell yeah.
Like, just like a 22-year-old or 20-however-year-old Luka is not prepared to carry a 40-year-old LeBron. Nobody can carry a 40-year-old NBA player in the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, yes, LeBron had 28 points, but if 20 of them came in the first quarter, in the first half, it don't matter.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't care if you, like, I think that's a debate that I want to start. Would you rather start a game or finish a game? You know what I mean? Like, would you rather be a starter or a finisher?
In basketball?
Like, in general. Like, would you, like, in football, would you rather close the fourth quarter on defense or offense, or would you rather open the game on defense or offense? You know what I mean? Same thing on offense. Like, basketball, would you want to start the game or would you want to close the game?
If I'm a fucking running back or a quarterback, let's start it, run the score up, and then we could chill. You know what I'm saying? You could put it in those terms.
Nah, bro. I want, like, for me, I'd rather be, hey, bro, this on the line, go. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a skill, like for basketball players, for example, there's plenty of dudes that start the game, but when shit gets real, the coach put their ass on the bench.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like, the 7-2 nigga, like, he looked good when it's time to rebound in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? When it's time when shit get real, hey, bro, come sit down with me. Hey, son, I need you in there right now.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So me, I'd rather be that six man. Like, I'd rather be like that Manu Ginobili role. You know what I mean? In
basketball terms, for damn sure, I want to be on the court at the end of the game. Yeah. For damn sure. Because, like, in 8th grade, I want to say, like, in the beginning of the season, I wasn't even a starter. Like, and then, like, but I was always on the court at the end of the game. So that's why it didn't bother me that I wasn't a starter, because I was always, whenever it mattered, like, coach knew. Yeah, like, I'd rather be that guy. In the motherfucking game.
I'd rather be that guy, bro. Like, fuck that. You can have the fancy starting lineup, handshakes, and the fancy walkouts, and at left guard, this nigga. But when it's the fourth quarter, we're going to pull that nigga out and put this nigga in. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. What do you think about him going to Cleveland with that deep quarterback room?
I think it was meant to bury him.
But how could it be meant to bury him? I think this could possibly be the best situation for him.
And that's why
that quarterback room is open. Deshaun Watson is out for the whole season.
Yep.
It's Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Sheduer Sanders, and Joe Flacco.
So when I say it was meant to bury him, I think, like, when I say it to mean this, right? They sent him to a overcrowded quarterback room to, like, hopefully, like, it'll take X amount of shit for him to get a shot to play, right? But look at what you just said. Deshaun Watson already out with an Achilles, right? Yeah. I'm an Eagles fan. I watched Kenny Pickett try and play football. He damn near lost his backup job to Tanner McKee. And the only reason why he didn't lose his backup job is for the exact reason why he's in Cleveland. Howie Roseman did not want to ruin his trade value. You know what I mean?
The dude on ESPN just basically said without saying Kenny Pickett is trash.
He is. He is. I'll say it. I ain't on ESPN. I don't got no check.
He said
Kenny Pickett is trash. Terrible, bro.
God damn.
You know what I mean? And then who else is in that quarterback? Who we say? It's Deshaun, Kenny Pickett, Joe.
Let's just take Deshaun out because he's done for the season.
Yeah, he's done for his
And basically, they're also saying too they should just pay him to sit at home and just
eat that contract. Eat that contract, bro.
So we're gonna say is Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco. We're going to go in order. I'm going to go in the perceived order that I think would be the starting lineup as of today. It would probably be Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel.
How do you feel about Gabriel?
And Sheduer Sanders.
How do you feel about Dylan?
I think they kind of fucked him off by drafting Sanders. Like,
you think they got a Kirk Cousins RG3 situation brewing?
Yeah, but not really because there's still two niggas in front of him. But like, I just think at the end of the day, they're like, they just need to show that they can build some value upon themselves to go and get a better situation.
Yeah, that's what I agree with that because now here's the thing though that they also effed up on. Since you drafted Sheduer in the 5th round, you know what that means? His trade value is here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So meaning if he performs it well in the preseason, somebody calls you.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, we'll give you a 5th round pick for him.
Well, no, they'll trade a first round for him.
Fuck no.
Because that contract will be so low that they won't have to pay that much.
Bro, that's exactly
I'm
why.
saying if he balls out, I'm saying if he balls
that's
out,
why
like
they're not going to get a fifth round or first round pick for him.
Because
they will not get a. It's all about, like, think about it. Are you going to trade you just paid $30,000 for a 2025? Are you going to trade that for a 2026 that may be worth 15? No, you're not.
What I'm saying, if he goes out there and balls this season and has that,
the most you'll get for him if he balls is a fourth.
Hell no.
There's only
this league, the league that we're in today, bro.
They value first round picks too much. The only pick,
they value quarterbacks too much.
So if
he balls out, there'll be some value for him for damn sure.
The most you'll get, and I'm not
teams
saying
are dying for quarterbacks, bro.
I'm not saying
that's why it looks so bad that he didn't get drafted earlier because these teams are out here dying for quarterbacks.
It looks bad for a couple teams, right? It looks bad for Seattle because they're rocking with Sam Darnold and Drew Lock, I think.
Yeah.
It looks bad for Vegas because they're rocking with Geno Smith. I don't trust Geno at all. It looks bad for the Browns because they passed on him 4 times knowing that they were going to take him. It looks bad for the Saints because they're riding with Derek Used Carr and Tyler Slow. It looks bad kind of for the Jags because they're not sold on Trevor Lawrence for real.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting the Jags to like they just paid Trevor Lawrence a bunch of money too, so
nigga.
Once you pay a guy, you sold on that nigga. Even if we ain't sold on him, once y'all pay that nigga, y'all sold on him.
You know why I would have drafted him if I'm Jacksonville? Because I need to keep this nigga Travis Hunter happy as long as possible. But that, it ain't got nothing to do with scheme. It ain't got nothing to,
he's from that area too. I think that's why they kind of drafted him too.
Yeah, absolutely. They put an NBA moment when Victor went to San Antonio, when Giannis went to Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? It took a little control over the draft. I also think that like you said, it was old fashioned buck breaking. It was more like it was a chance for the NFL to talk and flex to the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, what was the big scandal for, not scandal, what was the big thing about centered around the NBA draft? Bronny, right?
Yeah.
Where will Bronny go? The NBA took backlash for, quote unquote, allowing LeBron to force Bronny to LA, right? So I think the NFL, and it had nothing to do with team. It was just like, hey, bro, Dion, you ain't gonna LeBron James us, like you were saying. You know what I mean? Like, yes, this is nigga shit, but hey, bro, not over here. It goes back to Bob McNair. We can't let the prisoners, what did he say?
Can't let the inmates run the asylum.
There you go.
What about, what was I going to say? About, RG3 came out and basically said that he's hearing word, he didn't want to say no sources, and then he said he's hearing word that NFL coaches were in fear of drafting Sheduer early and it not working out, and they end up losing their job for Dion. For instance, whoever Dallas's coach is, Dallas didn't draft him because, say, Sheduer goes to Dallas and this coach fucking sucks, and then they're going to bring in Dion to be Sheduer's coach.
I can see that because...
So they were in fear of...
Yeah, I can see that because Kevin Stefanski is fighting for his job right now in Cleveland. The Dallas coach needs to prove he's competent because no one knows who he is. The Raiders,
I don't even know the damn name.
Exactly.
The hell he is.
The Raiders coach is Pete Carroll, who I thought would have been a good fit. The Seahawks, their coach, he could maybe survive, but he needs a quarterback that he can win with right now.
Well, that's the same situation with the Raiders, though. That's why I feel like with Pete Carroll, I didn't think the Raiders would take him. Whenever Pete Carroll got Geno Smith, that was his dude. Pete Carroll's on, and with that men now, and Pete Carroll got that USC mentality, he I feel like he knows what it takes. He won a Super Bowl and everything. He knows how to put together a roster with what's available.
Yeah.
Even though Geno wasn't the best available, let me get somebody who knows my system, who can run this to the best of what I want to be ran to. So I knew that Raider spot, that was Geno's all day shit.
I also thought a good spot for him would have been the Rams because Matt Stafford is close to retiring. and they need they all. I think the only thing behind him is Stetson Bennett, maybe. But outside of that, I got a question for you though. Are you believing when they say that the prank phone call came from the?
They got Jimmy Garoppolo too. In LA.
Do you believe them when they say the prank call came from the son of the Falcons defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
After they found that money, hell yeah, dude.
Bro,
shit.
This is what I think, bro. I think that the NFL blamed the Falcons when it was really the New York Giants. Here's why. The original story makes way more sense than the story that they are pushing.
But the thing is, the dude had himself on video. So if you know the kid and you see the video, then that ain't hard to deny.
Because here's why
because there were other phone calls, but there weren't no video.
So the kid on video was the son?
No, the son was in the video. The son gave the number to his fraternity brother to make the phone call.
Okay. Because this was what I thought happened.
It wasn't the actual son who made the call. The son supposedly got the number and gave the number to the fraternity brother, but the son is one that's in the video.
Okay.
He's just not the one that made the actual phone call.
I didn't know if the son was in the video. So you just confirmed my story was not real because this was the story that I thought happened. So I just thought it was weird that the defensive coordinator of a team, not necessarily the Atlanta Falcons, right? A team that has a quarterback that they drafted last year in the first round, a quarterback that they're paying a lot of money to on the bench, and Kirk Cousins, and you unintentionally stumble across Sheduer Sanders' phone number on the defensive coordinator's iPad. You know what I mean? That's why it was weird for me to believe, opposed to the daughter of the general manager of a franchise who's desperate for quarterback in the first round, just so happens to have Sheduer Sanders' phone number on his laptop. That makes way more sense to me than the other one.
With the situation, man.
I just think that the NFL goes, well, we can't have this fall on the New York Giants because they have been the laughingstock of the NFL for way too long right now.
Well, I'm going to put this up. Read that real quick on the right of the screen. Read the first two words.
Ole Miss frat boy?
No, first two.
World star.
No, you had it right the first time, but just the first two words, not the first four.
Oh, Ole Miss?
That's it.
The daughter goes to Ole Miss.
So what I'm saying is, you got these white boys over there from Mississippi who ain't got shit going on. They rich as fuck. Their parents rich as fuck, and they just
that's that Winston money.
They're trying to make somebody miserable. So they're probably so miserable, but they want to make his night miserable. The dude came out and apologized and all that shit too. But to me, bro, that's just that's weird shit, bro. Like, why would you do that? And then you have people online defending and saying that's just what teens do, and that's what, bro, the main teens, them is college kids, And
then, let's say
that's what kids do. Then, that's what kids do. Them ain't no kids, them is young adults.
Hypothetically, right? Let's say that while Sheduer's on the phone with him, an actual NFL team is calling.
Yeah.
Right? He's not answering.
Yeah.
Right? They think he feels he's too good to get drafted right now.
Yeah.
Right? Or they he just gets off prank call. NFL team's calling right now. He answers the phone like another would when somebody playing on his phone. Hey, what you want? You know what I mean? This is the general manager of the Cleveland Browns. No, it's not. Quit playing with me. Quit playing on my phone. Click. Now you got a whole nother situation, and he looks even worse on camera.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It was those are. I get pranks and shit, but don't play with somebody's money, bro. You playing with somebody's livelihood too.
Yeah, that's and I don't to me the prank shit is gone too far. I watch the videos of the people being in Walmart and doing all the pranks and to me that's just weird activity, bro. The shit that people got to do for because there was 4 or 5 prank calls and this was the only one that was actually recorded. That's why he was the only one that got caught because I want to say
I think Abdul Collar got one too,
and the Warren kid and a couple other ones got prank calls too. But this was the only one that was recorded.
Yeah.
So everybody was online saying, well, how come the other people aren't getting in trouble? How come because this was the only one that they could literally fucking pinpoint because he fucking did it on fucking camera and shit. But man, this just to me, I'm a big believer that you have to be miserable in your own life to be trying to make other people's lives miserable.
Facts. I agree with that.
Like that's weak ass shit, bro. Like your life sucks that much that you are gonna pray to make someone else's life fucked up in what's supposed to be one of the greatest fucking moments of their life type shit. Like that's weird activity.
Right, that's very strange activity.
Hell yeah.
You ever did any pranks when you were younger, King?
Not that I can recall.
Nah, I wasn't the prankster.
The only fucking prank I could maybe the old pulling this, someone's getting ready to sit down and pull, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pull the chair out type shit.
That elementary
but
type shit.
But with a friend though, I couldn't imagine
exactly.
Cause I know how I react to certain things and I'm a strong believer, do unto others as you want done unto you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So a game that I hung out with white guys, I hung out with Mexican guys. Yeah. I don't know why those cultures like to play nut check games. That was never a thing in the hood.
Well, see, whenever I got around my homies that were on that type of culture or that type of that were white and Mexicans, it was almost I ain't gonna just say that I was so tough that they respected me enough, but it was almost they didn't pull, because I was the type that would look at you
don't do that.
You're not even don't do that. Look at you bro, you're on some weird shit.
Yeah, same, dang.
Huh? I might not want to hang with you no more, nigga, because you're on some weird shit type shit like that. So people just probably didn't want to get those type of vibes from me. So that's why I probably just never witnessed that type of shit. But as far as pranks, I've just seen some fucking elementary school pranks and shit like that.
Sheesh.
Hell yeah.
But you got anything else you want to add? Want to get into, Big Dog, before we get up out of here?
Shit, I'm good, man. Oh yeah, this Friday, tomorrow night, man, we got the smoke walk downtown Corpus. Yeah, 523 Taylor Street.
You start that, by the way.
Make sure y'all pull up. You know what I'm saying? QBR. Downtown Corpus Christi. We're going to have some live performances. We're going to have some food out there. I think they got smash burgers out there. I think they got a band performing. We got live freestyles. Smoke shop will be open. Good smoke, all that out there. So y'all pull up on us. 523 Taylor Street. You know what I'm saying? The QBR. Shout out to QBR. Block Bleeders, Ridin High, and Public Zoo, man.
Skate University. Skateboarding University.
Too.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you know what it is. It's been another exciting edition of Let's Chop It Up / the Ridin High Sports. It's been your boy Lucky Lamar, your boy DJ Lil King on the ones and twos. Appreciate you for your time. And I can't wait for another opportunity to talk with y'all next week. We out.